I think a lot of times people end up in India for a specific reason. Because especially Rishikesh, you come here for more than yoga. There's a reason why you chose this place, because you could get your yoga teacher training all over the world. So getting a 300-hour yoga teacher training here specifically was about so much more than yoga, It's a very spiritual experience too.
The school, so Rishikesh Yogkulam, is just close to the Ganga, beautiful location. A very nice yoga halls with a view on the foothills of the Himalaya, and it just has everything you need. The rooms are great, clean and big, spacious. The food is amazing. We have lots of love for our chef because he makes really beautiful food, and everything what you need is around. If you want to go to an organic shop, it's close by. If you really feel you want a chai or a coffee, there's an amazing coffee place nearby. Everything is around here, and we're very well taken care of.
The very first night we got here, we just kicked off the night because it was Manu's birthday, and so we kicked off the night or the month with a dance party, and it was just the best way to get to know each other right off the bat. And it set the tone for the rest of the experience. I feel like we got so close so fast. After the first week, I felt like I'd known you guys for months, which is a really cool feeling. And the relationships that we got to build with the teachers too, because it was a smaller batch here. Sometimes you'll go to a teacher training and there'll be 40 or 50 people, and it's really challenging for a teacher to be able to build a genuine relationship with everybody over the course of 30 days, So having a smaller batch is an irreplaceable experience. I would, from here on out, if in anything that I do yoga related, if it's training involved, I will go out of my way to have a batch this small, because the quality of the experience was just so much better in every way. I hear a lot of times people have reservations like, I'm not flexible enough, or I don't know enough about yoga, or just do it. It will change you for the better. Yoga meets you where you are. People always say that, but what does that really mean? It fits into your life wherever you needed it. It will find where you needed it, because it's so much bigger than this physical practice that sometimes we think about it as in the West. But yoga is everything. It fits in wherever you need it. And it's mind, body, and spirituality. It's just your overall health and happiness and your comfortability in the world, But for me, yoga is how I connect to the world around me.
For me, it's like a package. It's not only the asana practice or only the meditation. It is everything that comes together that what makes yoga for me.
Well, for starters, anything Amit teaches is automatically my favorite. So adjustment and alignment is a really cool class. You can't get stuff like that from a book, And I really, of course, the physical, physical practice, the Ashtanga, and Amit would also do sometimes, not just Ashtanga primary, but he would do these great, really creative classes that kind of taught us things we can do to strengthen our bodies on our own time. And that was really cool to see as a practitioner. It's not necessarily things I need to share with my students, but it's things I can do to advance myself too. And then Manu's class too, my anatomy and physiology class, because I think he sent us home with some really useful skills. We ended up walking out of his class being able to sequence for the 13 major muscle groups, which is an amazing skill to have as a yoga teacher.
We had one day off per week, and on those days we called it Sunday Fun Day, so we always did something fun, like we went water rafting, we went on an excursion to a temple to see the sunset, which was beautiful. We went up to a temple which is a little bit higher up, and you could see a really big part of Rishikesh and the sun coming down. It was very magical. The water rafting was great. It was a real adventure. I've done it one time before, and this time the water was super wild, so it was a lot of fun and a big thrill.
When we went up to the temple and did acro yoga on that first week that we were here, that was some of the most hilarious, like awkward acro yoga, but we got great pictures from it. But it took a village to get us all into the position, and then it was like, okay, let go, take the picture, and everybody falls down. So stuff like that was really fun. The accommodations were great, especially compared to some of the other accommodations I've stayed at in Rishikesh at other schools. Everything worked great. The Wi-Fi worked, which is important. I know Wi-Fi goes out a lot. The hot water worked. The rooms were nice. The staff was nice. You know, I've stayed here for an extra week after training, so I definitely enjoyed it a lot. And the food, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have to go home and not have this food anymore. I've never felt healthier in my life in so many ways, and I get to eat carbs all the time, you know, like bread and rice, things I normally feel like I should stay away from at home. But I get to have as many chapatis as I want, and I still have abs. So it's a win-win for me. It is some of the best food I've ever had.
I can recommend you Rishikesh Yogkulam because for me what was very important is to also focus on the teaching that we might be doing later on. So I think they have been focusing a lot on that. We even got to teach twice and a few times in between, which was really great for me. It gave me more confidence. So I think that is a really good point.
I remember when I was very first looking for my 200-hour training course, there's so many yoga schools in Rishikesh. I mean, this is like the yoga capital of the world, right? So it can be really overwhelming, and you're looking through all of these reviews and trying to see, well, this one has a hotel and this one has the airport pickup, right? So finding my 200-hour was really challenging for me, and I ended up finding one that I thought looked great on paper, and I was actually a little disappointed with some of the experience when I got there. But you make the best of it, right? That's India, that's life. Yeah, I mean, this is the most quality experience you can get. I don't see how it could possibly be better than this. Small batches are really important, and that's what you'll get here. The teachers, their relationship with each other and the relationship that they are willing to build with the students is really important. That student-teacher relationship is what changes your perspective and your ability to teach, right? Because we're here to learn how to teach. And when you get to be in this environment where the teachers have this closeness with you, I think that's really important with yoga, to have that relationship, you know? Maybe you don't need it for like a math class, right? It's not, you don't really need a bond with your teacher. In yoga, you do, and you get it here. And I can't emphasize enough how important that is. So if you're looking for a yoga school, look no further, 200 or 300, and I promise you, you'll want to come back and find these teachers again.